Hey everyone, Shane from the Bobcat Outsider here. I did not have time to make a full video this week with Christmas coming up, but I did want to share a couple thoughts. First of all, congratulations to the Montana State men for the best season in 35 years. For those of you who didn't know, the Bobcats have not advanced to the semifinals for 35 years. So congratulations, guys. You are, as they say, in rarefied air, and very few teams from Montana State have gotten this far, and we're all very proud of you. Secondly, I want to congratulate Austin Peay on a historic season of their own. But to go back and look at that football game, Montana State, you guys did an incredible job. For those of you who didn't know, Austin Peay was actually ranked 7th in the country in rushing defense. I had said in the previous show that it wasn't a strength of theirs. I went back and found that was a mistake. I shouldn't have said that. Despite that fact, the Bobcats ran for 279 yards on them, which is an incredible job, especially if you look at how hot Austin Peay was coming into that football game. The next thing that I want to say is congratulations to Coach Cho and the team on bringing in a great recruiting class. Those of you who haven't seen who they've brought in, I think it's 22 or 23 players. They've done a great job, brought in a lot of really good talent. That's really exciting. Now on to the game against the North Dakota State Bison. This team is a dominant team. They're on the longest run, maybe of any college football team, but no. The longest run in FCS history. So congratulations, Bison. You guys have been you've done something quite historic. When people are kind of looking at what is this game going to look like, I think a lot of people are looking like, oh man, the Bison haven't lost in 35 games. It's been 27. It honestly, it doesn't matter how many games it's been. It's how do they look like? How do they look like they're playing right now? And same for the Bobcats. It's like, well, if you start to look at their season averages on some things, I mean, they look like a good team, but do they look like the kind of team that can beat the Bison? Well, no, not if you look at their season averages. And if the Bison play the average of how they've played over the course of the last 35 games, and if the Bobcats play the average of how they've played this season, yeah, I expect the Bison to win. But here's the thing. Over the course of the last 6 games, the Bobcats have been red hot. They have been dominant in those football games. I'm not saying they're going to dominate the Bison, but I think when you look at this football game and you compare the matchups, you have to look at how they're looking right now. I'm not saying throw away the beginning of this season, but I'm saying you got to at least wait how they're doing late in the season. And then you start to look at the Bison. Now, they've done well. They've won convincingly for the most part. But over the past 3 games, in my opinion, they've looked a little bit uninspired and, as people have been saying, gettable. And I think that is the thing. If the Bison play the way that they have the past 3 games, and the Bobcats play the way that they have in the past 3 games, I think the Bobcats win this football game. That's not to say that that's necessarily going to happen, but my sense of this football game is the Bobcats are going to win it. So, guys, I am going to be there. I'm not going to be able to leave Bozeman until 2 o'clock on Friday, but I'm going to be getting my butt on the road and get to the Fargo Dome as early as I can on Saturday morning, which is going to be shortly before the game. And I'm going to be there. I will film the post-game press conferences for you guys, and I don't know that I'll get them uploaded that day because I might be right back on the road, but I'll get them uploaded in some sort of timely fashion for you. So look for those, and I'll be there making as much noise. I have a press pass to get that stuff filmed, but I'll be up in the stands cheering as loud as I can, trying to make a little bit of noise for the Bobcats when the Bison are on offense. So, guys, let's go Bobcats. Play the way you've been playing. Do what you know you can do, and I think you have the enthusiasm, the fire, and the belief right now that it takes to be the kind of team that can knock off the Bison. So let's go Bobcats. Let's beat them in Fargo.